Let's start, Shukti.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our LinkedIn Live. And today we have something very exciting to talk about, which is AI and how to use it for marketing. Okay. So let us start today's session. And before we get to the main part, we'll just quickly go through our mission, vision, and our values. So, our vision is to enable brands and startups to resonate with their audiences affordably and efficiently. Our mission is to apply branding, digital e-commerce, and design capabilities so that startups and brands can grow, build meaningful connections with their customers, and meet their needs with affordability and excellence. What makes it possible is we follow our value system: integrity, honesty, cooperation, constant learning, and principled entrepreneurship. They help us deliver results. How does that work? We start by doing the right thing. Integrity is very important to us. So we are going to do the right thing even if nobody is watching. We depend on each other because we are here to support each other and get wins for everyone. We develop ourselves and others because we have to stay a step ahead. The world is constantly changing. We have to keep learning and we drive efforts like an entrepreneur. So we take accountability for our actions, we learn from our mistakes, and we never repeat. All of these help us deliver results as we commit to our clients because we are always going to bring our 100% to the table. Okay. Now, moving on to the main part of the presentation. Okay. So, AI is everywhere, and today we are going to look at AI no-nos for marketing, mistakes you must avoid. Okay. So, the AI marketing game in 2025, okay, it's simply the perfect plan because AI generated stuff is everywhere. We have automated workflows with it. We are optimizing our campaigns with them. But, okay, we see that things can go wrong very soon. Okay. Before you know, you will have customers pointing out embarrassing mistakes, and then you are kind of hit with a lot of laughter and loss of credibility and even legal troubles. So, unfortunately, this is not very rare. It's happening to the businesses around the world, and even the biggest businesses have landed in trouble. Okay? 66% of marketers say that they are, they are struggling to balance AI automation with human oversight, which is crucial here. Okay. And we are going to look at how we can avoid these pitfalls because otherwise it's going to result in and possibly revenue loss. Okay. So this is something which both business owners and marketers should pay attention to. Now, looking at the summary of what we are going to see. Okay. First, let us look at where we are going wrong. Okay. One of the things that we are seeing unchecked content generation. Okay. Second, we are seeing people ignoring ethical or legal concerns when it comes to using AI or deploying AI generated anything. Okay. Then we are not paying attention to the data quantity and quality that we are feeding our AI tools, and they are acting out. Of course, jumping in without a plan, a lot of the times people are just using AI for the heck of it, and it is not really doing well. And last but not the least, we are thinking that AI is just good to go, which is not the case, as we will see forward. Okay, so let us take them up one by one. The first thing that you need to avoid: unchecked content generation. Churning out content at top speed is feels great, but then blunders are everywhere. Okay, over reliance on AI to create and post content can lead to disastrous results. As you can see in this example that we have put here, okay, this is a snapshot from Amazon, and you can see how Amazon listed its product. Apologize, but I cannot fulfill this request. So it just generated something via the AI and it automatically posted it. This is embarrassing. Okay, this is also not helping the sellers who are listed on Amazon. So you can imagine the kind of ill will that this one single mistake resulted in. The reason for this is we are mistaking quantity for quality. AI can churn out content very, very fast. Doesn't mean that it is doing better content than what a human can do. In fact, we have found that it is absolutely impossible for AI to generate content better than humans. And what is making it even worse is that a lot of brands are putting up content as it is without fact checking. This is not only resulting in embarrassment, but also leaving the brand in poor standing with its clients, its customers, and affecting their business relationships. Okay. So, unchecked content generation is something which both marketers and business owners really need to look at carefully, because if we are going to use the content as it is, or we are just going to leave it to AI to take care of it without supervising it, this is what will happen. So, Avinash, what can we do to fix this?
You're right, Shakti. So, a lot of companies are putting automations in place, wherein automation on its own is generating content, it's posting it and everything. Like you said, the content creation at top speed is that's what is happening. But if that's what you do, then the disasters like this you will see. And look at this happening for one of the largest e-commerce player in the world. So, to avoid this, you need to put a process in place. And what is important is that you should always review every content created by AI by the subject matter expert. Okay, you need to fact check, you need to ensure that whatever content is created is refined before it's getting published. And if you don't do that, if there is no intervention in place, such kind of things are going to happen, and they're happening everywhere. Means it is not the first time I'm seeing this. Many of you would have already seen this. So it's always important that you avoid this. Otherwise, we'll show you some more funny examples like this in this presentation. But reviewing is the subject matter expert. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose even if humans are reviewing it and you're not a subject matter expert, something is going to be published which is not accurate, which is not correct. So
You're
putting a process
absolutely right, Avinash.
is going to be very important, Shakti.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, because that is what has been happening, and we are pretty sure that this is not going to be the last instance of something like this. Okay, so be
Yeah, yeah, it
very
is not.
careful
It is
about
not.
what you are generating. Yeah. So, moving on to the next part of it, okay, the ethical and legal concerns that are going to follow AI, okay, it's just humongous. We have to be really well versed here. One of the things that you have to understand is that AI
Hmm.
just cannot keep secrets. Okay, we have a lot of noise here, where celebrities, writers, everybody is suing different types of AI companies, and it has led to financial and legal disasters everywhere. Okay, privacy violations to copyright mistakes, ethical oversights, they can really do you in. It's still a minefield, so tread very carefully. One of the things that we always tell our team to do, and we are urging others to do as well, is never ever copy paste directly from your AI. Okay? It is not going to end well in any situation. Automating your tasks, the other big use of AI. Okay, automating tasks often requires mining vast amounts of customer data. Okay? And customer data is everything. You have to be very sentient about what you are doing with the precious information that your customers are placing in your hand. If
Hmm.
you are feeding them to AI, and if you are not training your AI to handle them sensitively, then it can result in some serious privacy violations and can land you in big legal trouble. Okay, so that is where we are coming from. Avinash, what do you think will be the way forward here?
So, Shakti, the most important thing is to have strict guidelines and to put compliances in place. And that's why I'm saying that it's important to have subject matter reviewing entire thing and looking at everything from the perspective of data privacy and intellectual property laws. And just automating the data creation is not going to help, integration is not going to help. And also, one more thing to keep in mind is that while you're training your uh, algorithms, never share sensitive data with AI. Okay, never share unless it is anonymized or secure. Because if you share the data saying that here's the data from one of our to my client, AI might use it and then publish it, and you might be in big trouble. So especially as a company like us, we get a lot of information from our clients, and they do share with utmost trust and confidence that we will use it properly. So it's very important that when we are handling our customers' data, we ensure that we don't put any data in algorithm which is a sensitive data. So being sensitive about the information you are sharing with AI is going to be very critical and crucial as you start to use AI in your workflows. That is something which is a reminder, and it's a constant reminder for everyone. Otherwise, some of these cases could be a client's case as well. So it's very important that you are aware of these pitfalls.
Yeah, I would just like to, tell you a story about how true this is. Actually, last year, okay, there's a big US retailer, and there was a teenage girl who was shopping with them, and she was shopping for things like, pregnancy kits and other stuff. And what the retailer did is that it sent her a bunch of mails with catalogs for maternity products, and it fell in her parents' hands. So you can imagine the kind of disaster this led
Yeah,
to, okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
For, on the personal front, this is horrible. And for a
Hmm.
company to actually go there, this is absolutely not acceptable under any circumstances. So please be very careful. Okay.
Yeah, they
So
completely exploited the user behavior
yeah,
and then they use it for financial gains.
right.
So
Yeah, this is a classic
that's
case of
something.
not handling data sensitively.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So let us look at what other things we need to be careful about. Now, definitely, this kind of ties in with what we were saying earlier, not paying attention to data quantity or quality. Okay. And remember, this is because AI is just as good as the data it gets. Okay. If you are going to feed it bad data, then it is going to lead to terrible outputs. Okay. So, enterprises, if you are using AI to automate tasks, please make sure that you are feeding it reliable data. Don't feed it nonsense because it is training itself on the basis of the data. Okay. Invest in cleaning up vast swaths of data first. Okay. This means eliminating duplicate entries, ensuring accuracy, filling in missing entries, everything. Okay, I'll just give a very funny example here, actually. So, Air Canada, what happened is that one of the passengers in 2022, they asked the chatbot while booking a ticket that can I get a refund on my ticket if I apply for a retroactive bereavement leave. So they said that fine, you can do it. The chatbot said yes, you can do it. Within 90 days, if you apply for a refund, that this is for a bereavement kind of visiting, so you can get that refund. So this man books the full price ticket and he goes on his leave and he comes back and he files for refund. It does not work out because the airlines refuse to reimburse him. So he takes them to some small claims court, and the court stands with them. And this probably wouldn't have been such a big issue, but what was the big deal here is that Air Canada said that our chatbot is responsible for its own actions, which is a complete lie. Okay, AI technically cannot lie. It is only as good as the data it is being fed. So it is not
Yeah.
lying when it's telling its passenger that this is okay. It must have got some wrong information fed to it, which resulted in this disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, so AI can infer data, infer information based on the available info. So you ask anything. If the AI doesn't know anything about it, it will calculate or it will interpret whatever data is available to give information. So as a company, if you are using AI, it's important that you provided all the scenarios. Think through what all could happen, especially in a customer service scenario where customer can be asking various kind of questions. Your algorithm should be ready to handle that. And if it is not, and if you're not anticipate all the scenarios, things can really go wrong. So it's important that you provide all the scenarios so that algorithm is not deciding on its own what to answer or what to say or what to interpret and what to do kind of a thing. So it's going to be very important, Shukti. It is extremely going to be very, very important.
Yeah, you have to understand that AI is not a sentient being, so don't treat it as such, and definitely don't try to blame your mistakes on it. That's not going to end up well. Okay.
Yeah, that's not no
Now,
court of
another
law is
thing
going
which
to
is,
fix it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Now, another thing that we have noticed, not only in other enterprises, but also in a lot of people that we have worked with, is that they jump in without a plan here. Okay? See, understand this thing. AI is merely a tool. Okay, it is not going to fix your chaos. If you don't have clear goals, you will just end up wasting time, money, resources, everything without getting any results. So make sure that you have a strategy. First of all, understand that what is it that you want to achieve by using AI. Don't use AI just because everybody is doing it or just for the heck of it. What are you going to gain out of it? Okay?
Hmm.
Do you want to like rise to the top of search engine rankings? Do you want to optimize your ads? Do you want to create really beautiful images? What is it that you want? Okay, and then think about what is that going to help you achieve. Okay, I am generating, let's say, 50 images in a week with AI, but what am I going to do with those images? I'm not going to flood my social with all those images because that's truly tacky. Okay? So understand what you want to do. Know that you want to fulfill some business goals here. If I am generating AI images, it's possible that I want to get more engagement on my social media by posting more. So, what is the ultimate business goal that you are working towards? Okay? Create a detailed plan where you have your goals and you have your objectives set, and identify the areas where AI can help you make things better. Okay. So, Avinash, how do we fix this? Okay. Is there a cure for this? Jumping in without a plan?
I think Shukti, jumping in without a plan doesn't work anywhere. So
Right.
whatever you are doing, anything you do, if you jump in without a plan, it is not going to work. So why would it work with AI also? So you got to have
True.
objectives, clear your objectives. What is that you want to achieve, and only then you start using AI and understand that what it can do or what it cannot do for you. And you should have enough understanding to decide the output, whether the output is correct or not correct, or whether output is appropriate for your objectives or not. Otherwise, disastrous results will follow. So, so
Right.
create a step-by-step plan that how are you going to use it, what is that you're going to generate, how are you going to optimize it or adapt it for your purpose, and that's the way to go for it. And that's why I also
Right.
keep telling our team that experiment with AI, experiment with different tools, check out the output that you are getting, and once we identify and start getting better outputs, that's when we start using them and make changes to it in such a way that it doesn't look like copy paste from AI tool. It should look appropriate for the brand. That's also going to be very important. So that's the way to look at
Yeah,
it.
true. Very true. Very true. Because we are seeing this flooding of AI content everywhere in terms of visuals, in terms of text-based content. They are everywhere. Not everything is working out. So this is something which we have discovered that a lot of brands really don't know what they're doing, and it is very important to have that kind of clarity of vision before they
Yeah,
start using
yeah.
AI.
In fact, one more trend, Shukti, which is happening in social is that customers looking for more and more authentic content. Sometimes the
True.
AI content is so polished it looks unreal. Now just imagine that one trend is that customer is looking for authentic content, and the another trend is there that you are generating creating images with AI and some very polished images. Now both are two extremes, right? So as a brand, you need to decide, what works for you. You can experiment and see, what your user base is digesting, and it's going to be very important that you do that research, you do that test. Otherwise, your customer will get alienated.
True. Very true. No, I can't agree more with that. And honestly, this is kind of tying up everything. We are thinking that AI is good to go as it is, and it will result in something like this. Okay. It is not perfect. Let's just start there. You cannot just set it and forget it. It is not a magic wand. It's not a sentient being. AI needs training, testing, tweaking. It needs to be deployed by humans. It's never going to give you instant results or even instantly great results. You have to keep training it. You have to keep training yourself to train it. Okay. So train your AI, because unless you are well versed in how to use it, you know what you want to use it for, you will not be able to generate good results. Okay. We would say that please keep experimenting, because that's the way we learn. Okay. But at the end of the day, never ever replace humans. We are actually going to see one classic example of what happens when you replace humans with AI shortly. But remember this, that AI is not okay 100%. So you have to keep an eye out on it, and you have to keep handling it. Okay. Avinash,
Yeah,
what do you think we
exactly.
can do here?
Yes, regular training of your AI models is going to be extremely critical. Challenging AI. So, for example, if you're using a tool and it's giving you an output, challenge it with some thoughts,
True.
and you might see situations wherein the answer or the output that you got previously got completely changed. Provide facts, provide more information, real world information. All that is going to change your output. So training your AI model is going to be extremely crucial, and you should keep on doing that on a regular basis. So that's the way to look at it.
Yeah. And, like I said, we are going to look at some really, really big blunders that the biggest of brands have committed here. Okay. Uh, this is something which became very famous a few months ago. Okay. So, as you know, that Twitter, right now known as X, has an AI summary section where you can see what things are trending. Okay. So, it gives you a short snapshot of some trending events, something. Okay. Now, this is what Twitter's AI threw up. Okay. We have an NBA player called Clay Thompson, and his team did not do well against their rivals, and they scored zero. Okay. Now it is bad enough that your team is scoring zero. Okay. And in basketball, scoring zero is called shooting bricks. Grok somehow took those news items and created this weird scenario where it accused the player of vandalizing his neighbors' homes with bricks. Okay. It was definitely not true. It was very embarrassing. But see, the thing is, it was Twitter, and Clay kind of took it in the right spirit. He refuted this and he came back and he said that, see, this is not what happened and everything. But think of what would have happened if it had made a more serious accusation against someone, not just some celebrity player, but someone. Their life could be in danger. Okay. So don't leave everything to AI. And as we know, a lot of churning is happening in Twitter right now. And in many cases, the fact checking team, everyone has been replaced completely, and it has all been automated. This is a classic example of what happens if you don't have humans in charge. AI is only as good as the humans handling it. So, keep an eye out on what is happening when you are giving things to AI blindly. Next, we have another one, which is from Microsoft. As we know that Microsoft is right now using OpenAI, and I believe a lot of you are using Copilot. So this is what happened on Microsoft's website itself. Okay, one of the travel guides for Ottawa, it recommended that tourists visit the Ottawa food bank. Now, as you may know, that food banks are where the less fortunate people go to get food. Okay. So by telling tourists that this is a must-see destination, it is just wrong in a variety of ways. Okay. It is offensive. Firstly, it's very cringy. It's not sensitive, and definitely factually wrong. We are pretty sure a food bank is not a tourist attraction anywhere. Okay. Now, going to another one, and it is my favorite. So the Queensland Symphony Orchestra. Okay, so we have seen a lot of blunders on the textual front. Let us look at something which happened on the visual front. This is one of their Facebook ads. They created this, they put it up, and they wanted you to come see the orchestra play. And as you can see, nobody really wanted to see the orchestra play because they were too busy to figure out how many fingers these people have combined and who is holding whose hands. Okay, so it was pretty strange. And what was even weirder is that when we think of orchestras, okay, classical music and all, it's supposed to be highbrow, it's supposed to be transformative, and it's supposed to, you know, get you to experience some sort of bliss. Okay, this kind of very synthetic kind of visual that they put out, it did not resonate with the audiences at all. What was even stranger is that when people started pointing it out that this is a really bad way to go about it, the brand actually doubled down. And they said that no, we are going to keep experimenting with different things, including marketing tools and all. And this is how it is going to go, which is really bad. From every angle, this was bad. But nevertheless, now it is here forever to be remembered in the archives of the internet to be one of the biggest disasters that a major brand has put out there. Okay, so please have a human at the helm and don't expect everything to work out. Be very careful. So, to sum up here, okay, first and foremost, please don't just create content from AI and use it as it is, because it's not going to work out. There can be problem with facts, there can be problem with the quality of content that you're generating, whether it's visual or textual. Don't put it up right away on your website. It can end you in some serious problem because Google does not like AI content and it can detect AI content. So that's not going to end well for you. Okay. Definitely don't ignore the ethical or legal concerns. This is a matter of safety here. You are entrusted with very sensitive information by your customers. And remember that at the end of the day, everything that we have here is built on trust. Protect that trust, you know, at any cost. Also, don't make it so that you land up in hot water. Okay, pay attention to the data quality and quantity that you're feeding your AI. You have to train it well, you have to give it good data, you have to make sure that the data that you're feeding it is not faulty, does not have sensitive information, and don't just use AI for the heck of it. Don't jump in without a plan, because that's not how it works. Have clear end goals and have a clear idea of how you can use AI to reach there. Identify the steps in which AI will come handy for you, and don't just use AI because it is there. Okay? Also, don't think that it is a sentient being. It can lead to court cases which will not go in your favor. It can lead you in even bigger problems. It can lead to a lot of embarrassment. So treat your AI as a tool. Okay, train it well, train yourself well to handle it, and make sure that you are not overstepping anywhere, and never ever lose that human touch. Okay, there is no replacement for human touch. So use AI as something which enables you, not replaces you. Okay. So any words you would like to add here, Avinash?
I think Shakti, you summed it up very well. And so I would definitely say that definitely experiment with AI, definitely use AI, definitely make it part of your workflows, but part of the workflows. Don't make AI your workflow completely. It might result into some issues. So experimenting it and keep on experimenting, because a lot will change in the world of AI in next 1 year or 2 years time. So what we are sharing today might not be useful after say 6 months or 8 months or 10 months, but experimentation is definitely going to be the part, is going to be the key. And you can keep on adjusting your thoughts about how much part of a workflow it will be in future. But I would definitely say that keep somebody who have somebody who understands and who takes an action based on what's happening or what output you are getting. So that's the way to look at it.
Right, right. I think that really ties everything up nicely. And we have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for attending this session. And we are happy that you are here. So
Thank you very
please
much,
join us
everybody.
for our session next week as well.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.